The internet is buzzing, and this time, it's not over a red carpet moment, or a new project. It's over whispers that Teyana Taylor allegedly uncovered something about Pierre that was never meant to go public, and what she's rumored to have said behind the scenes has fans leaning all the way in. Now let's pause and be clear. There is no confirmed public accusation, no verified statement exposing any wrongdoing, and no documented threat released by either party. But that hasn't stopped social media from spinning into overdrive after a series of cryptic posts, subtle unfollows, and energy shifts that people swear mean something. It started with a caption, then a deleted interaction, then a vague comment during a live that many interpreted as a warning, "Don't play with me. I know what I know." No names were mentioned. But the timing? Suspicious enough to trend. Within hours, blogs were hinting at a secret. Fan pages were stitching together past interviews, resurfacing old clips, analyzing body language like they were decoding a crime documentary. And suddenly, the narrative turned explosive. That Teyana had confronted privately and allegedly warned she would clear the air if things didn't stay respectful. Clear the air about what? That's the question setting timelines on fire. Is this about something personal? Professional? A misunderstanding blown out of proportion? Or is the internet once again building a bombshell out of breadcrumbs? Because here's what makes this so intense. Neither Teyana nor Aaron has confirmed any feud, exposure, or secret. Yet the tension feels heavy. And when two high-profile names go quiet at the same time, people assume the silence is strategic. Was this just a private disagreement that social media inflated? Or is there really something being held back that could shift public perception overnight? Right now, we don't have proof. But we do have anticipation. And anticipation is dangerous. Because if someone decides to speak directly, if someone actually clears the air, the entire timeline could flip in seconds. The shift was subtle at first. A caption that felt sharper than usual. A comment that disappeared. An energy change that only longtime followers of Teyana Taylor would even notice. But in today's digital culture, subtle doesn't stay subtle for long. Within hours, fans began asking questions. Why did that interaction vanish? Why did that supportive emoji suddenly disappear? Why did the tone of her recent posts feel pointed? And then came the phrase that lit the fuse. During a live session, in response to a fan comment about keeping it classy, Teyana reportedly said, "I keep it classy until I don't." No name attached. No context offered. But timing matters. And the timing aligned closely with growing online whispers linking her name to Pierre, in what many are calling an energy shift. Now let's ground this clearly before things spiral. There is no verified public accusation from Teyana against Pierre. There is no confirmed scandal. There is no documented secret that has been revealed. What we have is interpretation layered over timing. But interpretation, when multiplied by millions of eyes, becomes pressure. The pressure intensified when a small entertainment blog posted a vague headline suggesting there had been a private confrontation involving information that wasn't meant to surface. No receipts. No specifics. No direct quotes. Just implication. And implication spreads like wildfire. Fans immediately began the rising. Was it something personal? A betrayal? A professional disagreement? A misrepresented situation behind closed doors? Some speculated it involved creative collaboration gone wrong. Others hinted at overlapping industry relationships. A few went as far as connecting unrelated gossip threads, without evidence, to build a larger narrative. But here's the key distinction. Speculation is not confirmation. Still, speculation builds momentum. Another moment that added fuel came when an older interview resurfaced where Teyana spoke about protecting her peace and refusing to let anyone play with her name. That clip had nothing to do with Aaron specifically, but in the current climate, it was reinterpreted as a warning shot. That's how digital storms grow. You take neutral content. You overlay narrative. You amplify emotion. Suddenly, everything feels intentional. Meanwhile, Pierre's public presence remained steady. Professional. Calm. Promotional appearances continued. No reactive posts. No defensive statements. No cryptic captions. To some, that composure reads as innocence. To others, it reads as strategy. But silence doesn't confirm either. The most explosive theory currently circulating is that Teyana allegedly discovered something, whether personal or professional, and privately warned that she would clear the air if necessary. Again, this has not been verified. No audio. No screenshot. No direct quote beyond vague paraphrasing from anonymous sources. Yet the narrative has evolved into expectation. Expectation that she's holding something back. Expectation that there's a ticking clock. Expectation that one live session could change everything. This is where anticipation becomes more powerful than fact. Because once people believe a reveal is coming, they begin mentally inflating its scale. If she knows something, it must be huge. If she's holding back, it must be damaging. But reality doesn't always match imagination. Another layer complicating this situation is Teyana's brand identity. She has built a reputation for being poised but unafraid to defend herself. So when her tone shifts even slightly, fans interpret it as intentional boundary enforcement. Aaron, on the other hand, is known for controlled professionalism. His image is measured, deliberate, composed. That contrast amplifies tension even without direct conflict. It creates a cinematic narrative, the outspoken creative versus the calm leading man. But narrative doesn't equal evidence. What's fascinating is how quickly the word exposed attached itself to this situation, even though nothing has been publicly exposed. No receipts have surfaced. No allegations have been formally made. No wrongdoing has been confirmed. Yet the algorithm loves high-stakes language. Secret. Threatened. Expose. Those words drive engagement. And engagement drives amplification. Right now, what we're witnessing isn't exposure. It's projection. Projection fueled by a cryptic live comment, a missing interaction, an anonymous blog hint, resurfaced interviews, silence, none of which confirm scandal. But together, they create tension. The most dangerous part of ambiguous viral narratives is how easily they can alter perception. Once someone's name is paired with secret, even without detail, curiosity turns into suspicion. And suspicion lingers. Aaron's name is now trending in connection with an undefined secret. That alone carries weight, even if nothing concrete ever surfaces. Teyana's name is trending alongside threat. That also carries weight, even though no confirmed threat has been issued publicly. This is the paradox of digital culture. Association becomes implication. Implication becomes narrative. Narrative becomes assumed truth. But assumed truth is not verified fact. At this stage, we have tension, not confirmation. We have energy shifts, not evidence. We have anticipation, not exposure. The real question now isn't, what did she expose? Because nothing has been exposed. The real question is whether anyone will clarify. If Teyana directly addresses the speculation, the tension could dissolve instantly. If Aaron responds to the rumors, perception could reset. If neither speaks, the storm may fade as quickly as it ignited. Or it could linger, reshaped by future headlines. For now, we are suspended in narrative suspense. And suspense is powerful. But until there is documented proof, confirmed statements, or direct accusations, this remains exactly what it is. A viral storyline built on interpretation, not evidence. An interpretation, no matter how loud, is not the same as truth. By the second wave of this frenzy, the narrative wasn't just about a cryptic comment anymore. It became about leverage. Because once the internet decided that Teyana Taylor might be holding information about Pierre, the tone shifted from curiosity to countdown. Countdown to exposure. Countdown to receipts. Countdown to someone going live. And that psychological shift is what transformed vague speculation into full-blown suspense. Again, let's anchor this clearly before things spiral further. There is still no verified public accusation, no confirmed secret, and no documented threat issued by either party. No receipts. No official statements alleging misconduct. Everything circulating right now is layered interpretation. But interpretation doesn't need proof to trend. What intensified the situation was how fans began reading into patterns. A subtle unfollow. A missing tag in a photo. A quote reposted about protecting your peace at all costs. None of these actions mention Aaron directly. Yet the timing made them feel connected. Timing creates implication. Implication creates narrative. Narrative creates tension. Another anonymous entertainment account added gasoline to the fire by claiming there had been a private warning issued. According to that vague post, which has not been independently verified, Teyana allegedly told someone close to the situation that if her name was misrepresented, she would clear everything up publicly. No context. No documentation. No audio. Just a claim. But the internet latched onto one phrase, clear everything up. That phrase carries weight. It suggests truth waiting in the wings. It suggests information that could shift perception. It suggests control. And once the audience believes someone has control of a hidden narrative, they start watching every move. Fans began revisiting interviews where Teyana spoke about respect, boundaries, and not tolerating dishonesty. Those clips were stitched together with dramatic music and captions like "She tried to warn him." Yet none of those interviews referenced Pierre. Context was optional. Emotion was not. Meanwhile, Aaron's public behavior remained steady. Appearances continued. Interviews stayed focused on work. No reactive subtweets. No indirect captions. No visible agitation. That composure became its own storyline. To some, it signaled confidence and innocence. To others, it signaled calculated silence. But silence alone confirms nothing. The deeper psychological layer here is expectation inflation. When people believe a secret exists, they inflate its scale. It can't be small. It must be career-altering. Reputation-shaking. Dramatic. But reality often deflates imagination. There is no evidence at this time of career-damaging wrongdoing. No verified scandal. No formal allegation. Yet the word, secret, continues trending as if a bombshell has already dropped. Another angle fueling the fire is how quickly threatened attached to the narrative. No confirmed threat has been publicly issued. But because Teyana has a history of speaking directly when necessary, fans assume capability equals intention. Capability is not confirmation. The dynamic also reveals something about digital culture's addiction to reveal moments. The internet thrives on the idea of a dramatic drop. Screenshots. Voice notes. Live sessions exposing hidden truths. When a situation hints at that possibility, even vaguely, audiences prepare for spectacle. But spectacle hasn't happened. There has been no live confrontation. No name-calling. No documented exchange between the two. Yet suspense feels real because anticipation is powerful. Another complication is reputational gravity. Once someone's name is paired with secret, curiosity morphs into suspicion. Even if nothing surfaces, that association lingers. Aaron Pierre's name is now circulating alongside vague implications, without detail. Teyana Taylor's name is circulating alongside the idea of holding leverage, without proof. That pairing alone alters perception. Some industry observers have quietly cautioned against assuming wrongdoing without evidence. They've pointed out that vague blog posts often exaggerate minor misunderstandings into headline drama. But caution rarely trends. Speculation does. One theory circulating suggests this could be about professional alignment rather than personal betrayal. Another theory claims it could be about miscommunication amplified online. Both remain unverified. Yet theories multiply faster than facts. At this stage, the narrative is less about what happened and more about what might happen. Will she speak? Will he respond? Will receipts appear? Or will this entire saga dissolve without resolution? The danger of ambiguous viral narratives is how they can create pressure where none may exist publicly. If Teyana remains silent, some will interpret it as building suspense. If Aaron remains silent, some will interpret it as strategic avoidance. If either addresses it calmly, the tension could collapse immediately. But until someone clarifies, anticipation continues. And anticipation creates emotional investment. What's striking is that no concrete allegation has been articulated. The internet is reacting to suggestion, not substance. That distinction matters. Because once a secret is imagined, even its absence feels suspicious. But absence of proof is not proof of wrongdoing. Right now, this situation exists in a liminal space. Not confirmed drama. Not confirmed peace. Just tension sustained by algorithmic amplification. It's possible this was a minor private disagreement that became public through overanalysis. It's possible nothing serious occurred at all. It's possible that if either party simply states, "There is no issue," the storm evaporates instantly. Until then, the narrative hangs on a single thread: expectation. Expectation of a reveal that hasn't happened. Expectation of a confrontation that hasn't occurred. Expectation of a secret that hasn't been defined. An expectation, when fed by millions of clicks, can feel louder than truth itself. But until verifiable information surfaces, this remains what it has been from the start. A viral storyline built on ambiguity, not evidence. By the third phase of this viral spiral, the secret has taken on a life of its own. Not because Teyana Taylor revealed anything. Not because Aaron Pierre was publicly accused of anything. But because the internet hates unfinished sentences. And right now, this entire situation feels like a sentence that ends with 3 dots. The word exposed is trending. Yet nothing has been exposed. The word threatened is circulating. Yet no confirmed public threat exists. The word secret keeps getting attached. Yet no defined secret has been identified. That disconnect is fascinating and dangerous. Because when narrative momentum outruns factual information, perception starts writing its own version of reality. By this point, commentary channels aren't even asking what the secret is anymore. They're asking when it's coming out. That subtle shift turns speculation into countdown mode. Countdowns create pressure. Pressure creates urgency. Urgency creates drama, even if none exists. And that's where we are. The tension now is less about past interactions and more about anticipated reaction. Every time Teyana posts a caption, it's analyzed for coded language. Every time Aaron appears publicly, viewers scrutinize body language for hidden stress. But here's the grounding reality: there is still no confirmed exposure. No verified documentation. No official allegation. No concrete proof of wrongdoing. Everything remains built on vague timing, anonymous blog hints, resurfaced interviews, and silence. Silence is the loudest element in this story. Because silence can mean maturity. It can mean legal caution. It can mean nothing at all. But in viral culture, silence is almost always interpreted as strategy. Strategy implies stakes. And stakes imply danger. That's why this story feels explosive, even though nothing explosive has actually occurred publicly. Another layer complicating everything: audience psychology. Once people believe someone is holding information, they inflate the scale of that information. It can't be minor. It must be massive. Career-altering. Reputation-shaking. But the truth could be far more ordinary. It could be a misunderstanding. It could be a private disagreement over optics. It could be miscommunication magnified by public curiosity. Without documentation, all possibilities remain open. And that's uncomfortable for audiences who crave resolution. One thing that stands out in this third phase is composure. Neither party has escalated. No messy live sessions. No name-calling. No direct shots. That restraint contradicts the dramatic tone of online speculation. If there were truly something catastrophic waiting to drop, public behavior might look different. Instead, what we're seeing is two professionals continuing their work while the internet debates what might be happening behind the scenes. That contrast highlights the gap between digital narrative and observable reality. Another important distinction: being associated with the word secret can be damaging even if nothing exists. Once curiosity morphs into suspicion, reputations carry that shadow. Aaron's name trending next to secret invites questions, even without details. Teyana's name trending next to threat invites interpretation, even without proof. That's the power of algorithmic framing. The algorithm rewards high-stakes language. It doesn't reward nuance. So headlines lean dramatic. Captions lean explosive. And audiences respond emotionally. But emotion is not evidence. What we're witnessing right now is suspense without substance. And suspense, when left unresolved, either explodes or dissolves. There are only a few possible paths forward. 1. Teyana directly addresses the speculation and clarifies there is no dramatic secret. The tension collapses instantly. 2. Aaron addresses the rumors and dismisses any insinuations. The narrative resets. 3. Neither addresses it, and the algorithm eventually shifts attention elsewhere. 4. Concrete information surfaces, changing everything. But as of now, we are still in scenario 3, anticipation without confirmation. It's worth remembering that not every viral storm contains a bombshell at its center. Sometimes the storm is the story. Right now, the story isn't about an exposed secret. It's about how quickly the internet can construct one from fragments. A caption. A missing interaction. A vague blog headline. A carefully interpreted live comment. And silence. That combination created a cinematic narrative, one that feels high stakes, even in the absence of verifiable detail. The longer it remains unresolved, the more dramatic people imagine it to be. But imagined drama is not confirmed scandal. Until there is documentation, direct accusation, or confirmed revelation, this remains speculation. And speculation, no matter how loud, is not proof. What makes this moment intriguing is not what has happened. It's what hasn't. No confrontation. No receipts. No exposure. Yet the internet behaves as if something seismic is pending. Maybe nothing is. Maybe something is. But until evidence surfaces, the responsible position is uncertainty, not assumption. For now, the secret exists only in expectation. An expectation is powerful. But power without proof is just narrative tension. And narrative tension, eventually, demands resolution. Whether that resolution is dramatic or anticlimactic remains to be seen. But one thing is certain, right now, we have suspense. Not substance. Alright, now it's your turn. Do you think there's actually something major being held back? Or did the internet just turn a few cryptic moments into a full-blown conspiracy? Because let's be real, no confirmed secret has been exposed. No verified threat has been issued. No official accusation has been made. Yet the tension feels massive. So what do you believe? Is Teyana sitting on something serious? Is Aaron just ignoring noise? Or is this another case of social media building suspense out of silence? Drop your honest take in the comments, but keep it respectful. Speculation spreads fast, and real reputations are involved. If you want updates the second anything official drops, a live, a statement, an interview, receipts,